You pull an alternator from a junk car at the yard, and then you go home and you find out it's not good. And then what? You busted a knuckle, you spent some money, and for what? What if I told you guys that there was a way that you can check if the alternator was good before you even grab your tools to go into the yard? I had a guy come in last week. He came and he pulled out one of these alternators from one of those cars down there over yonder. And he told me, how can I check if it's good? He put it on the table. I'm not gonna lie to you, that alternator was dirty. It was pitch black. It smelled like swamp water. I already just knew off the rip that that alternator wasn't gonna work out for him. Told him, you know how to check these? Maybe you know what to look for? He said, no, it's all right. He came back the next day and he told me, man, the alternator's not good. I told him, hey brother, after all I told you, that alternator doesn't look good. And he just sat there and he said, well, how do you know? Well, this is what you gotta look for. Number one, first thing to look at, what vehicle it came off of. Make sure the car wasn't hit in the front. Make sure it wasn't water damaged. Make sure the alternator wasn't involved in the accident. That's the best thing you can do in one of those cars. If it's the only car in the lot and it's been completely smashed on the front end and it still has the alternator, I would suggest taking a real good look at that alternator before you buy it. Number two, visual inspection. That's very important. Make sure that the alternator doesn't have any corrosion. The terminals don't have any corrosion. Make sure there's no oil all over it. Make sure there's no coolant spilling all over the battery or alternator. Make sure the car's charging properly. Check the gauges. All that stuff matters. If the car came in running, that means something's going good. Wiggle test. Make sure it's not wiggling. Make sure that pulley's nice and tight, like this one. You don't hear nothing. Number four, double check the part number. Not every 2008 Honda has the same alternator. And I think we all know that. That's why you need to check the part number of all your parts before you purchase them. That's how you make sure that alternator is for your car. Now, I'm about to show you guys how to take out an alternator. Not every alternator is going to be as easy to take out as this one right here, but it should be the same process. Cutting the belt, taking out a few bolts, and unplugging a few things. It's not that complicated, but it is one of the main parts to make your car run. Now, what you're gonna need here for this beautiful Chevy Express is your lovely 3/8 and a 15 socket. Now, I got two bolts right here. This one and that one. Then I gotta take this wire off in the back. That's one. And that's two. Now, should be able, oh snap, that whole motor is disconnected. Now we gotta pry it out because this alternator in the Chevy Express is wedged in this mount in between the firewall and the block. Just like that, we got the alternator nice and loose. Boom. Now, I gotta take off this 10mm bolt. Now you need a long 10mm socket, and depending on the position that you got it in, you might need a swivel or an extension. I prefer a swivel. And just like that, we got our alternator out of our Chevy Express. Not all vehicles are gonna be this easy, once again. They might be a little harder, maybe a little easier, depending on the vehicle, make and model. But this one was pretty easy on my behalf. Here's one way you can check this alternator right here. See this alternator, it's nice and clean. You don't see no oil stains, no corrosion. This spins freely. You don't hear no clanking or clicking in there. Another way, doesn't smell bad. If it smells like fish or like swamp water, I can tell you most indefinitely it has gone bad. Don't buy it. Make sure all of these things are good on your alternator before you purchase them. So I'm gonna leave it here for some lovely customer that wants to come and get a Chevy Express alternator. Might happen today. Not every alternator is good just off of its looks and its condition. Most alternators that come here are good, but on the off chance that the car looks fabulous and the battery wasn't charging, alternator may have just gone bad. So I would recommend still trying on your alternators. You shouldn't just expect that the alternator looks good and smells good that it's going to be good. Man, sometimes it's not about luck. It's more just about the signs. But if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys had your own junkyard alternator experience, leave it in the comments. Smash that like button if you can for me. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, and if I saved you a trip to the junkyard, you guys should smash that subscribe button for me too. Catch you on the next one.